Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the game of the week here on TV 35 as West Lawrence travels to Macon, Georgia to take on the Howard Huskies. This is the game of the week on TV 35, and we appreciate you tuning in. Each and every week we try to bring you the very best in high school football as we are into region play. This is the first region game for the West Lawrence Raiders. Once again, we're here in Macon, Georgia, as the Howard Huskies kick off to the West Lawrence Raiders. Storm Walker's back deep to take the reception. Going to run forward and stumble. Decent return. Up at about the 30-yard line. West Lawrence will take over the ball at the 30-yard line. Under head coach Stacy Nobles. The Raiders looking for their first region win. Howard's 1-4 on the season. Barney Hester, the head coach. Many people from our area would know him, but again, the first region matchup. Good to get to this part of the season. Thanks for tuning in to our game of the week, brought to you in part by First Lawrence Bank. West Lawrence takes the ball at the 30-yard line. Going to hand it off. Oh, he faked it to Storm Walker, and Austin Ramsey powers forward about the 37-yard line. Ramsey, the quarterback. He's number 7. He's a senior. Had a good career thus far. Big asset for the West Lawrence Raiders, of course. 2016 West Lawrence Raider football. Into region play. Into the backfield, Darius Bradford and Cameron Butler. Ramsey going to hand it off to Bradford. Bradford struggles forward, tries to get about a yard maybe. Going to be a little bit short of that first down. As our game of the week brought to you by Dublin Chevrolet and Dublin Nissan. Stop by and see the friendly folks at Dublin Chevrolet and Dublin Nissan. Locke Wolford and his friendly staff will be glad to help you with all your automotive needs. Stop by and see any of the fine and friendly folks at Dublin Chevrolet and Dublin Nissan. So they're going to come on for a measurement. We're thinking we're going to be just a little bit short. There's the sticks onto the field for the official measurement, and it is going to be just a little bit short. Yep, ball's just shy of the 40-yard line. West Lawrence on their own 40-yard line. Going to get something going here early in this first region game. Raiders looking for high hopes again this season with a successful program, as we mentioned, under Stacy Nobles, head coach, defensive coordinator McLean, and offensive coordinator, a new guy on the block, Jason Respite. Welcome to him. Respite has been an asset thus far to us, and we welcome him to the area. Our new offensive coordinator this year. I know Coach Nobles is proud to have him. So, looks like they were trying to anticipate the count. It's an easy first down for the Raiders. Tried to anticipate that call and that snap, and didn't pay off for the Huskies that time, so we get the first down. Game of the week brought to you in part also by Sonny's Barbecue. Sonny's Barbecue. Great place for your next meal. All right, Ramsey at the quarterback once again, the backfield, Butler and Bradford. Bradford gets the call straight ahead. Darius Bradford, a tough runner. He bounces off one guy and forward, pretty close to a first down. Got about 9 out of that. Bradford's just a hard-nosed football player. Good blocking by that offensive line. Very good job. You see Williams, Ladarius Williams on the outside, they're number 44, that tight end position. We'll try to spot Joey Knight here as a tackle on this side. Butler makes an adjustment. Handoff straight ahead. Bradford rolls off of him, and inside the 40-yard line, we'll call it the 39-yard line, goes Bradford, the offensive unit of the West Lawrence Raiders. Hey, did you know Piggly Wiggly is celebrating their 100th anniversary? Stop by and tell them congratulations. The Pig, Piggly Wiggly, celebrating 100th anniversary. The only place in Lawrence County you can get 100% certified Angus beef. 100% certified Angus beef. Look for that. It's the only place. Piggly Wiggly. You stop by and get that and you'll be eating well for sure. Bradford gets a call and he powers forward. Had 9 stacked in the box and we didn't get much out of it at all. Trying to loosen something up, but you're stacking 8, 9 in the box. Makes it a little tougher to run, obviously. Howard looking for the run. Game of the week brought to you by Orr Insurance Agency. Orr Insurance Agency, one of our fine sponsors. See Irwin Orr today for all your insurance needs. We try the left side, but not a lot going, and you see Joseph Horn there trying to push the pile forward, but nothing doing. So we bring in our freshman quarterback, A.J. Mathis. A.J. Mathis, a young freshman quarterback. Number 15, you'll see. Don't forget our game of the week is brought to you by Dublin Orthopedics and Rehab. It's Dr. Price and Dr. Peters. They sponsor our players of the game, which will be coming up after the game, our offensive and defensive player of the game. There's a snap back to Mathis, drops back to pass. He got a man, barely misses him. Led him about a half a step, but under pressure. Under pressure. So it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down for the Raiders. As we continue with our game of the week, brought to you in part by Neighbors Express. Stop by Neighbors Express real soon. They're on your way to wherever you're going. So it's 4th and 9. Caleb Christian's our punter. So Christian back, ready to punt. Going to be punting at about the 50-yard line. There's your snap back. Gets his foot into it. And it goes out of bounds. Not the best of punts, but when you try to field position, short field like that, you try to get it inside, maybe the 10 or so yard line. We had the coverage down, but Howard will take over on the 30-yard line. I'd like to congratulate Michael Dukes on his 450th ball game. Michael Dukes, band director of the Raider Brigade, celebrating 450 football games. Congratulations to Michael Dukes. That Raider Brigade is impressive, always has been. He builds good character in our young people. And so does our coaches throughout our areas. We're going to be saluting. That's 2-minute motion on that side. It's going to be a penalty against Howard, but we'll be highlighting all our area coaches and their wives and families in many cases throughout our local programming. You look for that right here on TV 35 and also on TV 35 WDIG. That's on YouTube at TV 35 WDIG, where you can catch all of our local programming. We're highlighting our area football coaches and their families and specials right now. Thanks to Pat Brock, our show host. Going to throw it out in the flats. Howard with a good pass, but we swarm him and get him down right there. First play of scrimmage, they're going to open up and throw. All right, Howard up to the ball. Here's a snap back. Going to fake it and keep it. Sewell is the quarterback. Sewell is the quarterback for the Huskies, and he gets popped as he heads over to the sideline. Several Raiders come along. Looks like it brought up a 1st down. 1st down for the Howard Huskies on that quarterback keeper around the left side. Our game of the week again brought to you by Midstate Pools and Spas. It's a great time for a spa, so head on over to Midstate Pools and Spas. A beautiful showroom. All right, it's 1st and 10 for the Howard Huskies. Ball's up over the 40-yard line. We'll call it the 41-yard line for the Howard Huskies. This first region game, there's a snap back. Going to fake it, pitch it out. It hits the ground, but it bounces right back up into his hands. And we try to make a few adjustments here. A little bit of technical difficulty at the beginning of this game, and we appreciate your patience. But we'll mark the ball. The officials will mark the ball just shy of the 45-yard line. It's second about 7 for the Howard Huskies. 2nd and 7. We'll call it just shy of 45. Nose of the ball almost touching the 45. Snap back, he fakes his play action, and Ben Deal puts up the big mitt and knocks it down. Tried to do a little pass out to the side, and Ben was able to get his hand up there on that left-handed quarterback throwing out there and knock it down. So it's 2nd and 7 now for the Howard Huskies. 3rd and 7. Check that, 3rd and 7. This game of the week brought to you by Morris State Bank. Brought to you in part by Morris State Bank. What a 3rd down. They fake it forward, drop back to pass, and it skips on the ground right. There's what happened. Storm Walker tried to come up. I'm sorry. Number 10 on the roster shows Eric Lattimore. So the ball was trapped. Almost had an interception there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Howard now forced to punt. We should get good field position on it. Got some pressure on, but he gets it off. Caleb Christian back deep. He's going to fair catch it. And boom, we're going to take over the ball at the 20-yard line. So West Lawrence will take over at the 20-yard line. Try to get some offense going. Get some points on the board here in this first region game for the West Lawrence Raiders. This game brought to you in part by the City of Dublin. City of Dublin Natural Gas. The gas rebate rally is going on right now, so see the City of Dublin. You can go online or watch for the ad right here and tell you more about the gas rebate rally. City of Dublin Natural Gas, and the ball is off snap there, and we were able to get a hand up and able to dive on top of it, not after a big loss. So I guess we got the beginning of the game jitters for the first region game, and we'll settle in here in a moment. So that's going to bring up 2nd down. 2nd down from the 8-yard line. We lost about 10 or 12 on that play. So the Raiders with a lot of field to cover before pay dirt. We appreciate you tuning in to the game of the week. We had a few technical difficulties you'll see, especially right here at the beginning of the game. And if you'll bear with us, we'll be highlighting these kids throughout this West Lawrence Raider Howard Husky region game. That whistle's on the play. Mathis is going to roll out to the right side. A.J. Matheson is a quarterback. Looks like we lined up offsides. So West Lawrence will back it up just a little bit more. Hey, the game of the week, once again, brought to you in part by Dublin Ford. Dublin Ford is one of our sponsors for the game of the week. Thank you to Dublin Ford for sponsoring the game of the week here on TV 35 as West Lawrence Raider offense tries to get something going. We're on about the 4-yard line right now. So from the 4, bringing you the action. As you can see, fans still coming in to the stadium, and West Lawrence Raider fans do travel well. A lot of support. Hand off straight up the middle. Bradford with tough running, just running over people. He got almost back to the line of scrimmage on that play. Bradford, Darius Bradford, a running back. He's a senior. Hard-nosed football player, number 4 there. For the West Lawrence Raiders, trying to get some offense going here early in the game. Game of the week once again brought to you by Myers Equipment and Supply, 301 East Gaines in Dublin. Stop by and see Myers Equipment and Supply for all your lawn and garden needs. We're going to split a couple, maybe 3 out wide to the right. And at quarterback, A.J. Mathis. We're going to call a timeout. West Lawrence calls a timeout on the field. Once again, we appreciate your patience, but right here, there's an interception that happened. Picked it off, and Howard has scored first here early in the game. That one was thrown right into triple coverage. Just not the best of passes to throw, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Howard Huskies on the board first in this region game. A kid named Cale Mack was a person that intercepted it, and so Howard's going to line up for the extra point. Thanks for your patience as we make adjustments to be able to bring you the game of the week right here on TV 35, and it's brought to you in part by Sheriff Bill Harrell. Thank you, Sheriff Bill Harrell, for sponsoring the game of the week right here on TV 35. All right, snap back, he gets it down, oh, it's bobbled. You're going to try to throw it, going to try to dump it off, but too much pressure on him. It looks like a flag on the play, and we'll see what the call is. Looks like too many men on the field. We had a guy that didn't quite get off in time, didn't quite get off the field in time. So, once again, thanks for tuning into all our local programming, and look for a highlight of our area coaches. Look for Stacy Nobles, Coach Holmes, Coach Fields, and also Coach Robertson from East Lawrence. We're going to be highlighting them with their wives and families right here on TV 35, as well as TV 35 WDIG on YouTube. So get onto YouTube anytime and watch any of our local programming. That's TV 35 WDIG. All right, so they get it even closer. Should be a easy kick, and the kick is up, and it's good. So it's going to be 7-0, your score 7-0 with about 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Howard strikes first. Your score 7-0. 4:23 on the clock.
Just want to honor the men and the women that lost their lives for protecting our lives. Lord, we come to you as humble as we know how, Father God. But Lord, we're here coming as a family. Lord, we're here coming as a unity, as a community, Father God.
Each one of us, not just law enforcement, but each one of us in our communities and in our families and our workplaces, we're challenged to serve in order to bring honor and glory to Him.
Lord, we just honor those that lost their lives, God. We thank them for their services. Lord, let their lives not be in vain, Father God.
And let us always remember that the Scripture tells us that the eyes of God move to and fro throughout the earth, that He might strongly support those whose heart is completely His.
Please continue to pray for our officers in Lawrence County and also the United States.
All right, now we're back with you and ready for the kickoff here. The Howard Huskies got to kick back after that score. 7-0 again, your score here. About 4.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Got to kick it down to Storm Walker, and Storm Walker takes it at about the 20. He's going to take it back up the middle. He had a little bit of daylight there and thought he was going to get away, but a good return. So West Lawrence Raiders will start at 36-yard line. Ball's in the 36-yard line. West Lawrence trying to get some offense going, now down 7-0. So we got an official timeout with an injury over on the other side of the field. And here we are, lining it up as your quarterback gets the call, and that is number 15, A.J. Mathis. Snap back, and it's a good fake. Oh, and he hits number 2 out in the flats. That is Elijah Howard. Howard with the reception, a great catch. Good pass, had time to throw the ball, and a good reception. Elijah Howard with a good catch. Good throw by A.J. Mathis, a young freshman. So it's first down for the West Lawrence Raiders. Ball's at about the 41-yard line. Good grab. Again, the game of the week brought to you by Allen's Heating and Air. See Sean Clark or any of his friendly staff when you need any help with your heating and air. It's Allen's Heating and Air. Bradford takes it around the right side. He had a good hole He powers forward for a few yards, but I think we're going to have a holding call on this play. It's going to back it up. That's going to take it right back. And it does. Bank of Dudley, one of our sponsors. Thank you to the Bank of Dudley for sponsoring the game of the week. So it's a spot foul. It's going to be 10 yards back from there. We try to get it even. Need to get some offense going here early in this game. So it puts us in a hole. Ball's about the 47-yard line. All right, to break the huddle up to the line. Bradford and Butler in the backfield. Matthews going to hand it off to Bradford. Bradford is grabbed immediately and pulled down. I don't know if he got a yard out of that. If he got a yard, that would be good. Matthews waiting on the call. This offensive line has worked hard to get better each and every week. Our hats off to the offensive line, the entire offensive unit working so hard. Each week getting better and better. When you see these kids out around the community, please let them know that you support them, whether it be for West Lawrence, Dublin, East Lawrence, Trinity. We're proud of all of our young people who work so hard each and every week to get better and better. And I mean they work hard. Mathis fakes it, he's back to pass, and it gets batted down. A lot of pressure on him, so it'll be an incomplete pass because his arm was going forward. So that's an incomplete pass. Mathis batted down. A lot of pressure on him that time. So it's third down now, third down for the Raiders. Trying to make something happen here. This game of the week brought to you in part by Dublin Century 21, by Century 21 of Dublin, George Durden, broker. Thanks for tuning into the game of the week and for your patience and your support each and every week right here on TV 35. Bradford with a good hole outside. He picks up 8, 9. Hard to bring that kid down. That was a good tackle. Not enough. Not enough, so it's going to bring up fourth down. Caleb Christian, our punter. Christian back. Ready to punt. As you can see, they're going to wind up in good field position this time. Caleb Christian standing at about the 45. Steps forward and kicks it from about the 50, and it angles over on about the 10-yard line. West Lawrence swarms down inside the 9-yard line and able to drop him in a good coverage coming up from the bottom of the pile. Ben Deal. All right, here comes a defensive unit on the field. There's down lineman, nose guard Morrow, defensive tackle Williams and Smith. Once again, the ball's on the 9-yard line as defense needs to get a stop here and try to get even on things. All right, Sewell's a quarterback for the Howard Huskies. He hands it off and he just swarmed. Nowhere to run to. Lost probably about 2 yards on that as Smith comes up. Chandrika Smith comes up from the bottom of the pile. That is a big, tough kid. Once again, the game of the week brought to you by Four Seasons Paint and Floor Coverings. Thank you to Four Seasons Paint and Floor Covering for sponsoring the game of the week here on TV 35. Stacy Nobles and the coaches of West Lawrence working hard to try to make something happen here. The defensive coordinator, McLean, Coach McLean, good defensive coach. We'll see what we do here. So second and about 12 as Sewell, the quarterback for the Howard Huskies, gets set, a fake, and we knock him down, but the quarterback is downed by Mateo Elvine. Elvine made the tackle. First man there. Of course, you see several blue helmets all around. Outstanding coverage by the defensive unit. Once again, the Game of the Week is brought to you by Community Bank of Dublin and Lawrence County. Community Bank of Dublin and Lawrence County, waiting to serve you today. All right, so the Huskies back up to the line with 3rd and 12. They spread 3 wide out over on the far side of the field. And Sewell throws a pass over on the left side, but good coverage by Dimmons, Riante Dimmons, number 9 over there, with good coverage. Riante is a senior, giving good coverage on that defensive play. So that's going to bring up an end to the first quarter. Howard leads 7-0. We'll be back with TV35's Game of the Week in just a moment. 7-0, Howard up.
Brisket's more than just meat. When done right, it's a mind-blowing experience, thanks to its bold, smoky flavor. Dark, barky outside, and moist, tender inside. It's one of the wonders of the barbecue world, and it's smoked and served daily at Sonny's Barbecue. Come try a new signature brisket plate like Brisket Mac for $9.99, or brisket with ribs or pork and 2 sides for a limited time. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
And we're back, getting ready for the start of the second quarter. Howard has the ball, getting ready to punt. Caleb Christian will be back to receive the punt. He's had sure hands thus far this year. Game of the Week brought to you by Dublin-Macon Cardiology. Dublin-Macon Cardiology. All right, and kid named Burrow back to punt for the Howard Huskies. Head coach Barney Hester. The Howard Huskies, many people know him from years ago. Many people throughout our community will recognize him. We get close, but unable to block it. Fair catch. Fair catch, and we'll take over the 46-yard line. All right, there go the offensive unit back onto the field. And Austin Ramsey gets a call. Austin Ramsey, quarterback on this series. Cameron Butler to fullback, and of course Darius Bradford to tailback. Snap back. He's going to fake it. He's going to follow Butler. I'm sorry. That's number 8. That's Isaiah Moorman. Came in the game on us. We got a flag down on the play. Moorman in the game now. See what the call is going to be. Game of the Week once again brought to you in part by Dublin Chrysler Service. Dublin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, home of great service. See Billy Wright, any of his friendly staff at Dublin Chrysler Service. And that's going to mark it off against the Howard Huskies. Get about 5 on that one. And every bit's counting. Thanks for tuning in to the Game of the Week. The chains have moved, and it's a first down. Sitting on about the 25-yard line. Once again, Isaiah Moorman in his tailback. Ramsey at quarterback. Looks like Cameron Butler to fullback. Moorman with the call, makes a good run around the right side. Stopped him at about the 10-yard line. Good blocking by that offensive line. Butler led the way around that side. Cameron Butler and Bradford back in the game now. Number 4 back in the game. Looking at the second quarter of play. break the huddle and almost first and goal here. Bradford gets the call and powers forward. Look at him carrying 3 and 4 players down all the way to about we'll call it the 3-yard line. So it's second down and goal. Still early in the game as you see blue shirts of fans coming on into the stadium. West Lawrence trying to get up on the ball fast. Going to hand it to Bradford. And Bradford scores. Pay dirt for the West Lawrence Raiders. Trying to get it even. That drive looked pretty good right there. A lot more power. Pushing forward. Good job by the offensive line as well as a fullback, Cameron Butler, blocking coming down the field. Count on him for a lot. West Lawrence set up for the extra point. All right, and Andrew Dukes, your kicker, snaps down, it's up, and it's good. So West Lawrence scores, and with the point after, Andrew Dukes puts another on the board for us. 7-7 with 10:43 on the clock. We'll be back.
Allen's Heating and Air is your licensed Amana equipment dealer. Trust Allen's Heating and Air to install and service your heating and air conditioning unit. Allen services all brands. With the purchase of a new Amana unit, you'll get a lifetime warranty on the compressor. Allen's Heating and Air. Call Sean Clark or any of his friendly staff at Allen's Heating and Air. Amana Heating and Air Conditioners. Last and last and last.
All right, Andrew Dukes back to kick now. Ready to kick off, and there it is. A little short kick is going to be taken up about the 25-yard line. He's tackled right there at about the 26, 27-yard line. Good coverage. Taking away that return by any deep person with a little shorter kick. Good high, and everybody's down to cover it with a good high kick. Good job by Dukes. Game of the Week brought to you in part by Orr Insurance Agency. See Irwin Orr or any of his friendly staff for all your insurance needs. Orr Insurance Agency on Bellevue Avenue in Dublin. So the Huskies now with possession. Sewell again is a quarterback. Everybody spread out on each side, and a lone man in the backfield going to hand it off there and try to run up that middle, and it's not going to happen. That was a good hard lick right there. Nothing doing straight up that middle. He just got level right there, ladies and gentlemen. Defensive tackle Williams, Smith, nose guard Morrow. Howard trying to get somebody in the game to get something going, but this defense is consistent, ladies and gentlemen. The more you watch them, the more you believe. So you see Howard at the corner over here, number 2. There's your snap. Nothing doing. He was down right away. Down right away. Gorham and Deal in on the tackle. Once again, look for our players of the game coming up. Brought to you in part by Dr. Price and Dr. Peters each and every week. Our offensive and defensive players of the game right here on TV 35. That's Dublin Orthopedics and Rehab. Call on them anytime you need their help. Orthopedics and Rehab Specialist. Dr. Price and Dr. Peters, long-standing members of our community. Thank you, doctors. All right, and we show a stunt hard trying to get in on the quarterback, and we have intercepted it. It has been intercepted. And all the way down inside, it's a pick 6. Adrian Channel, number 22, the senior linebacker, has picked him one off and into the house. A pick 6. Let me get a pick 6. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another score for the Raiders. Our game of the week brought to you in part by Mid-State Pools and Spas. Thank you to Mid-State Pools and Spas for sponsoring our game of the week. Channel read that one perfectly. And in for the 6th. And now for the point after, Andrew Dukes. Ready to kick. And the snap back's just perfect. Down, and the ball is up and through the uprights for another score. Another 7 points on the board for the West Lawrence Raiders. So 8 minutes, 57 seconds left in the second quarter. And your score is 14-7. We'll be back.
Hello, I'm Jessica Hutchison, Community Relations Representative with Pruitt Health Hospice. The first thing I would like to mention is just to give you a definition of what hospice is. We are a compassionate care for people facing a life-limiting illness. A lot of questions people like to ask is what covers hospice services. And so I'd like to tell everyone that Medicare and Medicaid cover hospice at 100%, as well as most private insurances. We also cover patients wherever they reside, whether it be in home, in a nursing home, or in assisted living. Our nurses are trained in pain management, and we also provide spiritual and emotional support to our patients and families. Part of our team, we have nurse case managers, we have CNAs, chaplains, social workers, as well as volunteers. Please call us at Pruitt Health Hospice of Swainsboro. We're here, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We want to be there for you and your family. Please give us a call.
All right, we welcome you back, and here we are. Andrew Dukes ready with the ball teed up to kick back off to the Howard Huskies. And Dukes with a good high kick. He hangs it up there well. And that's the quarterback. Sewell takes that reception. He has nowhere to run to. He is wrapped up. Look at that. Like a dog pile. Good coverage. Good coverage. Let's see what happens here. Looks like Deal coming up from the bottom of the pile, but it was a big pile. The officials cover something, and we want to cover that Piggly Wiggly is celebrating again their 100th anniversary. Mike Willis and his fine staff provide us with great service, a safe environment in which to shop, and with the only place you can get 100% certified Angus beef. So the defense is really playing well here. Well, Howard calls a timeout on the field. We'll try to make some adjustments, try to do something right with timeout on the field. Howard with the ball on the 25-yard line. Sewell again, the quarterback. He tries to hand it up the middle, but there's not a lot of running room up at middle. I don't know if he got anything whatsoever, so we'll call it 2nd and 10 for the Howard Huskies. Outstanding job by this Raider defense. West Lawrence Raider defense giving up very few points throughout the season thus far. We hope they're going to continue. Pressure. Looks like Smith, 72, the defensive tackle, in on him, and he just had to throw it away. I don't know if the ball really made it across the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the penalty is. Might call it grounding. Yeah. Game of the week brought to you in part by Dublin Chevrolet and Dublin Nissan. Thank you to Dublin Chevrolet and Dublin Nissan for sponsoring the Game of the Week here on TV 35. Watch it anytime. TV 35 WDIG on YouTube. Tell all your friends and neighbors. 3rd and 15 for the Howard Huskies. Here in the second quarter of play. First region game for these two teams. A lot of pressure by that down line, the defensive down line. We're showing blitz. Nothing doing there. We almost got it. Almost got another pick. All right, Howard turning the ball over, it looks like. Another great defensive stance by the West Lawrence Raiders. Game of the week brought to you in part by First Lawrence Bank of Dublin and Dexter. First Lawrence Bank, proudly serving our community. Good high kick. A fair catch was called for, and he got bumped. He barely got bumped, but Caleb Christian turns around, jumps right on top of the ball. Kid never looked up, the defender. Never looked up, bumped into Caleb Christian, so it's going to add a little bit more onto already good field position. Good hands of Caleb Christian. We recognize Caleb Christian for doing a great job so far this year, as many of our players have. So we're going to re-kick it or tag it on? That's the question. Stacy Noble says just tack it right on. So again, great field position. Going to get about 10 more yards off of that good spot already. So well into Howard Huskies territory. So we're working our way down in this first half of play. Oh, it's more than that. So it looks like the 34-yard line was spotted at the 34-yard line. And it's the best starting field position that the Raiders have had all night. That offensive line in and ready to perform again. Once again, these kids get better and better each and every week. Thanks to our coaches that coach them up. All right, so Ramsey going to hand it off to Bradford, and Bradford just powers down the field all the way down to about the 18-yard line. Picks up a first down. That kid is a tough runner, but look at that offensive line. Doing a good job tonight. West Lawrence with a fast tempo. Right back up to the line. Ramsey's your quarterback. Bradford gets a call, and the ball comes out, and lo and behold, the Huskies come up with it. Looked like Ramsey put it in and tried to pull it back out, and the connection wasn't there. You know, he has a little word with Bradford there on the way off the field, and both are disappointed. So it's going to be on about 24-yard line. Tough break. Tough break. Take a break and be right back with your score 14-7. Stay tuned with 7:36 on the clock.
It's time to tackle our great savings on all of our hardwood flooring. We've got a great lineup of laminates, ceramics, and carpet. So roll into Bailey's Custom Flooring. Don't forget, we also have vinyl and carpet in stock.
And now we're back with you. Howard has the ball on the 24-yard line. Snap back, going to roll out. Throws it, and it's intercepted. Right in the right's hand. Senior defensive back. Right with the interception. Another pick. Good defense. Good defense. Game of the week brought to you in part by your friendly folks at Myers Equipment and Supply, 301 East Gaines in Dublin. Myers Equipment and Supply, gladly helping you with all your lawn and garden needs. Stop by and see the Myers family today, serving our community. All right. Raiders everywhere to pick that one off. Right gave us the ball back, and we overthrew that one. A.J. Mathis is the quarterback. Overshot that just a little. Good field position again for the Raiders. And again, hats off to that defense. Thanks again to our sponsor, Bill Harrell, Chef Bill Harrell, sponsor of the Game of the Week. Thank you, Sheriff, for sponsoring the Game of the Week and helping us highlight these young people. Bradford gets a call, and there's nothing doing. There's nothing doing right there. Just all of getting a yard, maybe a little more, maybe call it 2. Just hard nose running. Mathis again, your quarterback, getting a good workout. A.J. Mathis, a freshman quarterback. Got a few different shirts in, a few different numbers in on this drive. Bradford, your lone back. Up to pass, overthrows it. That was real high. Yep, just a little too much on that one. That brings up a 4th down. You know, you're kind of in no man's land right here, so you're obviously going to go for it. You're ahead. Your defense is playing excellent, so. All right, the same set in. Bradford in the backfield. Mathis, the quarterback, splitting them out on each side. And there's the snap. He's rolling out all kind of pressure. He throws it and really just had to throw it away. All right, so they grabbed a helmet. It's a personal foul. Grabbed him right at the back of his helmet. Snatched him down. That's what it looked like, so let's see what the call is going to be. Coaches don't like this one. He calls an intentional grounding, and we thought he grabbed the back of the defensive person for the Huskies, grabbed his helmet, but he didn't. All right, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in for the Game of the Week. And our players of the game coming up after the game. It's the offensive and defensive players of the game. Once again, brought to you by Dublin Orthopedics and Rehab. That's Dr. Price and Dr. Peters sponsoring the players of the game right here on TV 35. And we'll proudly present them with trophies at the end of this game. We'll see if our vote matches yours as you watch the Game of the Week here on TV 35. You can watch it anytime online, TV 35 WDIG. On YouTube. All right, so they set the chains. Officials having a little conference there in the middle of the field. Slowing things down just a little bit. Thanks again to Dublin Ford for being one of our sponsors for the Game of the Week. Dublin Ford, a beautiful new location right there on Veterans Boulevard. Stop in and tell them hello. Conferring over there with Barney Hester. Once again, he's older coach from our area. In other words, years back, he was a coach in our area. Now coaching the Howard Huskies. All right, Howard has the ball, it's 1st down. Tries it over on that far side, and Elvine makes the tackle. Got about a yard out of it, but Elvine dropped him. We'll call it 2nd down and 9. 2nd down and 9. Once again, that defensive coordinator doing an excellent job. Kagan McLean. Coach McLean has really done an excellent job over the past years with this defensive unit. No matter what body's out there, it seems like the defensive unit of the Raiders is just stronger and stronger each year. Hand off up the middle. Nothing doing. Tried to spin out of that one. Picked up maybe 3 yards on that play. All right, it's 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 for the Howard Huskies in this first region game. All right, 5 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. 14-7, you see your score. Howard up to the line, got them split out on each side. Back to pass. Sewell once again is the quarterback. He's going to throw a long one. Well, I got a flag. Looks like we got a flag. We'll see what that one is. Yep. Lattimore. Thought he had good coverage. We'll see what the call is. Pass interference. A couple of fans don't like it, but that's the way it is. Once again, our game of the week brought to you in part by Century 21 Durden Cornegay. George Durden, broker. First down on the 32-yard line. Got about 5 minutes left in this quarter. Howard trying to make something happen right here. Hands it straight ahead, and he may have picked up a couple of 3 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 7. So 2nd down and 7 for the Howard Huskies, as we call on this tough defense to make another stop. Thanks to Farmers State Bank for sponsoring the game of the week. Farmers State Bank, proud sponsor of the game of the week. All right, once again, Sewell is the quarterback with Howard Huskies. He fakes it to play action. He's going over in the corner to try to hit a man, but he throws it out of bounds. Way over the receiver's head, right over there covering for the Raiders. Right again on the coverage. Got about, 4.5 minutes on the clock now. About 4.5 minutes on this quarter. Once again, a game of the week brought to you by Four Seasons Paint and Floor Covering. And there's your snap back. Gonna roll a lot of pressure. I mean, dropped him deep, deep. Defensive tackle Smith with great pressure right when you needed it. Good stop. Chandrika Smith, the senior defensive tackle, with a big tackle for us, big sack. So, ball's on the 44-yard line. Snap back, punts up. Gonna let this one roll. And the Howard Huskies gonna stop that ball on about the 2-yard line. 3 minutes, 37 seconds. Clock ticks down a little bit more, and there you have it, 14-7. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jeff Cannon, President of Citizens Bank of Lawrence County. If you're presently a customer of ours, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for allowing us to be your bank. We appreciate the confidence you have placed in us and enjoy providing you with the most up-to-date banking products and services to satisfy your needs. If you're not a current customer, we would like to invite you to stop by and let us show you true community banking at its best. We concentrate on our local community, doing our part to make Dublin and Lawrence County a better place to live, work, play, and retire. We recently introduced 2 new products, eStatements and Access Now, our mobile banking app. Both of these products will help to make banking with us more convenient and will also help to provide you with a safer and more secure banking experience. We are home to Dublin and Lawrence County's original Student Advisory Council, which will be entering its 13th year this fall. We've had over 300 students who have been through our program and look forward to welcoming the class of 2017 to our family. So for all your banking needs, just give us a call or stop by and let us show you personal banking at its best. Citizens Bank of Lawrence County, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
All right, we welcome you back, and here it is, West Lawrence with a lot of green in front of them. A long way to march in this 3 and some odd minutes left in the first half. Once again, City of Dublin, one of our sponsors, City of Dublin Natural Gas, one of our sponsors of the game of the week. All right, A.J. Mathis hands off to Bradford. Bradford got some room. He busted outside and powers forward up over the 20-yard line. He'll mark the ball on about the 20-yard line. Bradford with a good run. Good, tough running. So we busted outside and get good yardage. Once again, we welcome Jason Respert, offensive coordinator. Thank you, Coach Respert, for what you're putting into these kids. All right, once again, the young freshman is a quarterback, A.J. Mathis. Hands off to Mormon. Mormon powers forward, out of bounds at about the 30, 31-yard line. Just about a first down. It's got to be right at it. We'll call it 9.5 on that run. Good, tough running. Isaiah Mormon on the carry. Mormon, number 8, is a senior running back for us. They're going to mark that a first down. First down. Game of the week brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly, where you get 100% certified Angus beef. Piggly Wiggly, shop them today. All right, first half of play. Coming to a close. Snap back, we're going to hand it off straight ahead. Good blocking. Look at that offensive line. Good job. 2 minutes 42 on the clock now. 2 minutes 42 seconds on the clock. Bradford comes out. Mormon in. Darius Bradford out, and Mormon is in the game. Isaiah Mormon. What do you call it? 2nd and 1 right now. 2nd down, 1 yard. Mathis with the snap. Going to hand it to Mormon. Isaiah's powering forward. He had a huge hole, and there he goes. Will he make it? Oh, and he makes it in the end zone. What a great run by Isaiah Mormon, that senior running back for the West Lawrence Raiders. And West Lawrence has scored again, bounced it outside, and took it all the way. So the Raiders are up now 20-7 as Andrew Dukes comes into the game for the point after. Once again, Game of the Week brought to you by Community Bank of Dublin, Lawrence County. Community Bank of Dublin, Lawrence County, one of our sponsors for the Game of the Week here on TV 35. Snapback's good, he gets it down, Dukes kicks it up. No good. No good. So, as your score is 20-7, 2 minutes 19 seconds on the clock. We'll be right back.
Join Piggly Wiggly in the celebration of our 100th anniversary, and the celebration is spreading throughout our community with a renewed pride in our hometown grocer, Piggly Wiggly. 100 years of great product and great customer service. Piggly Wiggly is where you'll find everything from the freshest in produce to 100% certified Angus beef, the only certified Angus beef dealer in Lawrence County. Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street. Thanks for joining us in our 100th anniversary celebration.
All right, Andrew Dukes, your kicker. What about 2 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock. We'll kick off to the Howard Huskies again. Bumped it down to about the 15-yard line, and we just swarm him. Adrian Channel comes down the field, number 22, and stops him right there on the 20. So Howard will take over on the 20-yard line once you get about 2:13 on the clock. That strong defensive unit back on the field. We try to narrow in on halftime in this first region game. Thanks for tuning in to the Game of the Week. As we choose the games of the week in this region play, we'll be bringing you the games of the week each and every week, whether it be Dublin, Trinity, East Lawrence, West Lawrence. We're glad to highlight these kids each and every week, and they just stop him right inside of there. Maybe 2-3 yards at the most. Looks like Deal comes up off the bottom along with Smith. Once again, we'd like to thank another one of our sponsors, the Game of the Week, which is Sonny's Barbecue. Sonny's Barbecue. Stop by today and enjoy some great tasting barbecue. Sonny's Barbecue is proud to sponsor our local high school football. Snapback's going to try to hand it out. He pulls it back out. He's going to try to roll out and pass, and Channel tried to get him. We finally get him out of bounds over on that right side. I think he lost a couple on that one. Look at all those jerseys over, all those blue hats. Just swarming all over the field. It's been a good second quarter, especially for the West Lawrence Raiders. It's 3rd and 7 for Howard. We'll call it 3rd and 7. That defense doing an excellent job. Once again, under the direction of Coach McLean, defensive coordinator. Right, he's snap back. He's going to pass. Winds up and he throws long down the field. Overthrows everybody. Yeah, nothing doing there for the Howard Huskies. They're just trying to see if they can connect on the long ball. Minute 27 on the clock in the first half, and Howard will have to punt. Caleb Christian going to be back to receive the punt. Once again, Game of the Week brought to you by your friends at Neighbors Express. Neighbors Express, on your way today. All right, the punt's good, up high, and Caleb Christian, it hit the player, hit the defensive player on the helmet and rolls over. All right, so that ball's going to be just over midfield. So the ball's going to be spotted over midfield. Once again, Game of the Week brought to you by your friends at the City of Dublin, where Gas Rebate Rally is going on right now. Find out more about the Gas Rebate Rally with the City of Dublin. Natural gas. Okay. Offensive unit on the field with time running down the first half. And your quarterback is A.J. Mathis. Darius Bradford, the running back. They split a few out as they try to set the chains. West Lawrence ready to go. 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line. That's the spot. A lot of pressure, and he throws it, tries to get rid of it, and they intercept it. Howard has intercepted it, and Darius Bradford has to hawk him down at the 11-yard line. Didn't have time to throw that one and put it up into the hands of the defenders, and so they're in good field position. Ball's on the 14-yard line. Howard Huskies with the ball, and we narrow in on the end of the first half here. Once again in this first region game for both of these teams. all important region games. Defense called on to stop, and Sewell, that quarterback, tries to keep it and picks up 2 or 3 yards over on the other side. All right, Howard calls a timeout on the field. With about 50 seconds on the clock, Howard Huskies on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd down, 6. Once again, Sewell's the quarterback, takes the snap. He got a man. It was broken up. Broken up, good hands right there. Nathaniel Allen, and a linebacker, gets his hands up. Couldn't quite pull it in, but he knocked it out of play. Once again, one of our sponsors, Myers Equipment and Supply, the game of the week. Myers Equipment and Supply at 301 East Gaines in Dublin. For all your lawn and garden needs, see Myers Equipment and Supply. With this 3rd down and 6 play for the Howard Huskies. Snap back. He's going to pass it. He just throws it over in the corner and is intercepted. Intercepted. Elijah Howard, senior defensive back, intercepts it. Howard with the turnover, got the interception for West Lawrence. With time ticking down, Howard Huskies unable to do anything with this Raider defense. Been the story for most of the year. Here comes the offensive unit back onto the field. Staying with Mathis, number 15, Bradford in the backfield. We got a couple of receivers, one on each side. Split. Waiting for the official to set the ball. All right, there's a whistle for play. Snap back. Mathis going to hand it off to Bradford. Bradford trying to get around that outside, and he swarmed. Nowhere to run. Yeah, lost about 5 or 6 yards on that play. Clock ticks down. Headed toward halftime. Looks like time is just about going to run out right here. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the first half of play here in this region competition. West Lawrence Raiders, 20-7. We'll be back in a moment.
This is the Century 21 team, and we're here to help you win your game. George Durden.
Ann Adams. Ruth Watson.
Charlene Lamb.
Delton Lamb.
Jay Brantley.
Raina Dubberly. Leanne Walker. Jody Tanner.
Beverly Forbes.
Pam Tillery. Yvonne Robertson.
Benny Helton.
David Deeves.
Jim Jarrett. Put the Century 21 team to work for you today.
And now we're back, getting ready for the second half as West Lawrence kicks off to the Howard Huskies. Kicks a high, short kick, and it looks like the Howard Huskies have fumbled. And we'll see. I believe that Howard was able to recover that. They got on it. We're looking for the signal right now. Nope, West Lawrence has the ball. Coming out of the bottom of the pile and holding it high is Corey Smith. Corey Smith, number 48, that junior, comes up with the ball. Out of way to start the second half for the Raiders. Starting off pretty exciting for the Raiders. Thanks to Dublin Chevrolet and Dublin Nissan for sponsoring the game of the week right here on TV 35 as we start the second half of play. Ramsey going to get the call to start the second half. Ramsey going to be your quarterback. Once again, Austin Ramsey, a senior. And we went in motion or changing sides, and it looks like the guy came with us. So encroachment is a call. 5 yard. He just tried to follow the receivers he started across the field. Once again, sponsors of the game of the week for today, Morris State Bank. Morris State Bank, one of our sponsors for the game of the week, right here on TV 35. So we split a couple of wide receivers to one side and the other. Ramsey hands it off to Bradford, and Bradford does a good, tough run, but there's a flag on the play. Let's check that. Could be holding. That's what you think it's going to be, holding. So that's going to back us up. Thanks to Mid-State Pools and Spas for sponsoring the game of the week here on TV 35. All right. Once again, Austin Ramsey in at quarterback. A few different faces in, but pretty much the same. Looking for that offensive line to continue to get better every single week. Again, working so hard. If you see these young men out in the community, encourage them all you can. Dublin's having a great season. Encourage those young people. Trinity, East Lawrence as well. We're proud of all of our young people and glad to bring you the game of the week right here on TV 35. Snap back to Ramsey. He's going to give it to Bradford. Bradford's going to bust it all the way in for a touchdown. Bradford with a great run. Good blocking. 43-yard touchdown. What a way to start the second half of play. All right, Dukes in for the point after attempt. Andrew Dukes. All right, we're set. See if we can put one more point on the board. Here's your snap back. Ball's down. Dukes up and good. 27-7. 11:24 on the clock. Here we are in the third quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. Whoa.
There are many ways of doing business today.
Hello?
Call centers, mobile apps.
Right away.
But when it comes to what really matters, our way is pretty simple. To be there when you need us most. That's the quality of your independent agent and the company that stands behind them.
Orr Insurance in Dublin is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
And back and ready to kick off, Andrew Dukes. West Lawrence up 27-7. And boom, there we go. Gets it high and back down to about the 20-yard line. Sewell, the quarterback, takes that one on about the 20-yard line. He stumbles forward and taken down about the 25-yard line. Justin Son on the tackle. Justin Son over there drives him out of bounds. Good coverage. There you see that defensive unit on the field. Gorham and Allen at linebackers. Channel at that bandit position. Deal on the other side at the rover. And we're set. Howard trying to get it real tight inside. He's dropped. Lost about 3 yards on that play. Tackle made by Deal. Didn't fool anybody. Thanks to Century 21 Durden Cornegay for sponsoring the game of the week. Broker George Durden, proud sponsor of high school football. It's 2nd down and 11 for Howard. Howard spreads 3 wide out to the right and 1 to the left. Going to throw it pretty quickly out there. And he's not going too far. Throws him out of bounds. That defensive unit just continues to pound them down and usually wears most people out. Of course, we got a few tough games coming up for West Lawrence. And, of course, everybody has a tougher schedule at this point in region play. Game of the week brought to you in part by Allen's Heating and Air. Allen's Heating and Air, your air conditioning and heating specialist. With change of the season, it's time to call Allen's for service on your unit before you have a problem. Call Allen's Heating and Air. Snap back, trying to get outside, and there's nothing doing. Number 22 with another great play. Adrian Channel. Back in that backfield immediately. That's 4th down and 9 for the Howard Huskies. 4th down and 9, and Howard brings on to punt formation. Should have good field position again for the West Lawrence Raider offense. There's your snap back. Got close, but no. Caleb Christian calls fair catch, and West Lawrence will take over at the 43-yard line. Ramsey, your quarterback on this series. Oh, got a little end around going. Storm Walker has it. What a great play. Storm Walker's burning up the sideline all the way down and had to get around the official before he got into the end zone. He turned on the speed. That was a great play. Good end around. Storm Walker. Storm Walker, that senior running back, plays defensive back as well as an injury on the field. Howard got an injury on the field, so it's going to be an official. Here's your extra. Up and good. There's your extra point. Your score is 34-7 with 9 minutes and 22 seconds left in this 3rd quarter of play. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Chuck Harwell with Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, where our focus is you, our community. Our local lenders are here to help you with your business loans and your personal loans. Our decisions are made in the bank with an answer the same day you come in. Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County is where common sense banking never goes out of style. Other banks may come and go, but we're here to stay. We are approaching a decade of service for Dublin-Lawrence County. Thank you for your support. Come see us at Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, the bank that's service built.
All right, back with you. And West Lawrence about to kick off for what, the 3rd time in the 3rd quarter? All right. Oh, he tries to make something out of it, but the pursuit says somebody got hit bad. And then there's the tackle. Ben Deal with a good tackle. A lot of licks passed on that one. That was pretty much east and west, but Howard's going to take over about the 20, looks like about the 20-yard line. Game of the week brought to you in part by your friends at Myers Equipment and Supply, 301 East Gaines in Dublin, and by Four Seasons Paint and Floor Covering, as well as the Bank of Dudley. Thank you to all our sponsors for the game of the week. Good coverage on that one. The officials in midfield trying to confer on. All right, they traded out the ball. And the defensive unit ready to play again. We're sitting at about 9 minutes now in the third quarter. Sitting at about 9 minutes left in this third quarter here in this first region play. West Lawrence Raiders against the Howard Huskies, and they're going to hand it off. Tries to get outside, but being deal with a good tackle. Loss of 5 on the play. I believe the defensive unit is fired up. I'd like to thank Dublin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Department. Billy Wright and his friendly staff out there will help you in any way possible when you need service. They service all makes and models at Dublin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just across from the John Deere dealer on 441, headed out toward I-16 there. You'll find the friendly folks there waiting on you today. All right, they hand it off up the middle, and he's stacked up by all the blue hats that you could find just about. And they push him back. I think forward motion may give him a yard, but we'll see where they mark it. West Lawrence defense just stacks it up in that middle. So it's 3rd down and 14 now for the Howard Huskies, 3rd and 14. Obviously, West Lawrence in commanding control here in the third quarter. We'll see what happens with that clock coming up in the fourth quarter. Probably going to let it run. 7:50 now on the clock. Howard still real tight in there, and they try to get it around that one side, and he lost even more yardage on that play. Even more. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 20 for the Howard Huskies. Most every week, this defense just wears down opponents. It's so physical. Little 4th down play. Christian should be back to receive. Caleb Christian. Here's your snap back. He gets it off. Close. You're going to take the fair catch inside the 40. 40. Just about the 40-yard line. That's where the Raiders will take over. Excellent field position, and thanking Community Bank of Dublin Lawrence County for being one of our sponsors on the Game of the Week tonight. Game of the Week right here on TV 35. Don't forget, players of the game, offensive and defensive players of the game coming up. That's brought to you by Dr. Price and Dr. Peters each and every week. Thank you, Dr. Price and Dr. Peters. A.J. Mathis, quarterback, going to hand it off to Isaiah Moorman, and Moorman got about to the line of scrimmage. That's about as far as he got. Might give him 1 on that one if we're lucky, but we'll call it 2nd and 9. Right here on the Game of the Week, that freshman is getting a good workout tonight. A.J. Mathis has really played a good game. He's got a lot of growing to do. Each and every week he gets better, along with this offensive line up front protecting him. Here's your snap back. All right, he's going to fake it, play action, and it's knocked down and intercepted. Intercepted. Went right into his hands. I mean, the kid was in the right place at the right time. What do you do? So it's a turnover. Turnover for the Raiders. Mathis with an interception. All right. So we call on the defensive unit again. Kid's name was J.D. Jones, a kid that actually got up and got his hands on the ball, able to intercept that. So once again, we're calling on the defensive unit of the West Lawrence Raiders. Now, they've held so far tonight, so there it is. Going to be a quick pass. He throws it out, and it's overthrown. Overthrown. That'll stop the clock with about 6:14 in the third quarter. Stop by Mid-State Pools and Spas. Check out their beautiful showroom. It's a great time. Great time to get a spa. Weather's changing. What could be better? So stop by and see the full line of spas at Mid-State Pools and Spas. Let Kenny and his friendly staff help you. All right, from the 35. Got to pass it, and he's got all kind of pressure on him. He dances back. He's going to throw one out there. Skips it along the ground. Had a man coming back to try to get it, but we should have dropped him deep. But He scrambled and got away. That's going to stop the clock with 6:07. 6:07. It's 3rd down and 10 for the Howard Huskies. 3rd down and 10. Thanks to Dublin Ford for being one of our sponsors here on the Game of the Week. Dublin Ford with their beautiful new location on Veterans Boulevard. That's right next to Mid-State Pools, by the way. You stop by and see those folks out there. Thanks for sponsoring the Game of the Week. Proud to highlight these young people each and every week, and we're about to see some new faces in this game. All right, handoff around that side, and he couldn't get around that corner. Just good pursuit. You see Deal getting up on the bottom of the stack. Several other jerseys over there. Of course, Adrian Channel coming over from that side, among several other hats. 4th down. Yeah, you got to love that defense. They're playing very good ball. All right, so he dropped the ball. He tried to run it out. We're going to come up and boom. He is knocked out of bounds right about the line of scrimmage by Elijah Howard. Elijah Howard came up strong. I want to remind you again, stop by Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly sells 100% Angus beef, certified Angus beef. There is a difference, ladies and gentlemen. Once you try it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Your Score 34-7. We'll be right back.
Growth. It's what we all want. It means doing what it takes, getting up every morning and making it happen. And we couldn't agree more. Because your success is our success. At Morris Bank, we're banking on you.
All right, back in action. Try to hand it straight ahead, and he just stacked up, maybe after a yard or so. Not much going on right there. Huskies, well, all right, we got about one on it, but Huskies really read that play well. You see Mathis is the quarterback right now. Thanks for tuning into the Game of the Week each and every week, and we appreciate you listening and helping us to highlight these young people each and every week right here on TV 35. Occasionally we will have a little technical difficulty and have to bring you the game at its very best as we can. And there we try to scramble forward and nothing doing. We'll give him 2 yards on that, but it's going to bring up a long 3rd down. It's 3rd and 7, we'll call it. Helmet comes off, so Ramsey comes in. All right, a 3rd down and 7 play. Portion of this game brought to you in part by First Lawrence Bank of Dublin and Dexter. First Lawrence Bank, proudly serving our community with all your lending needs. See First Lawrence Bank today. All right. Snap back, Ramsey's going to take it and run straight ahead. And he falls forward for the 1st down. Falls forward for another 1st down for the Raider offense. In complete control of this game. All right, it's not the best spot in the world. Looked like that he went up over the 20, but you'll see it sets back there. Well, it's a 1st down nevertheless. There's 3 minutes, 48 seconds left on the clock. Raiders on the 23-yard line looking to punch another one in. Ramsey, again, your quarterback. There's your snap, going to hand it straight ahead. Straight ahead goes to Edmond, number 33, that sophomore running back we've seen more and more of. Dorian Edmond, number 33. Coming along good. Good to have depth in that backfield, that's for sure. Bradford done an excellent job tonight. Isaiah Mormon done a good job tonight. We'll call it no gain on that. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Got 3 out wide over to the right, you see. There's your snap back. Ramsey going to hand it to Edmond. Edmond's got a seam, and he's going all the way in. Touchdown. Raiders. Dorian Edmond, the sophomore running back, busts through, had a nice hole, got into the secondary, and in for the touchdown. There he is, Dorian Edmond, with his first score for tonight. And here's the point extra. The point after coming up. We thank you for tuning into the Game of the Week, ladies and gentlemen, and for being patient with us when we do have simple technical difficulties. We bring you this terrific video. That ball was blocked, so we didn't get that one. But we do appreciate you tuning in, and every now and then we do have technical difficulties, and we make adjustments and still bring you the Game of the Week, because it's all about these kids, ladies and gentlemen. Your score 40-7, 2:45 on the clock. We'll be right back.
I'm Dale Nifong, your State Farm agent on Hillcrest. We're celebrating 14 years of service to the Dublin, Lawrence County communities. Please call us, text us, or even email us to find out what makes us different and how we can help you. We're located on Hillcrest between Dublin High School and Kroger.
All right, back with you during our Game of the Week right here on TV 35. Dukes kicks off with a good high kick. Going to drop about the 21-yard line, and kid just trips up on his own man. It looked like he pushed him. Looked like his own man just pushed him in the back and knocked him down. West Lawrence got a little help on that one. And the brakes sure do seem to be going West Lawrence ways. But you create your own, don't you, ladies and gentlemen? All right, Century 21 Durden Cornegay, one of our sponsors for the Game of the Week. Century 21 Durden Cornegay. Broker George Durden proudly sponsors our young people in high school football. Proud member of our community. Thank you, George Durden, for sponsoring this Game of the Week. There's a snap back. Wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, really with no gain at all. So it's 2nd down and 10, and the clock is moving on. Proud of that defense. We're proud of the whole team so far tonight. Done an excellent job, and I'm sure it'll continue. Don't forget the players of the game coming up. Our offensive and defensive player of the game. Brought to you by Dublin Orthopedics and Rehab, Dr. Price and Dr. Peters. All right, Huskies break, the huddle, up to the line. Under 2 minutes in the third quarter of play. Cough it up, and they scoop it up and right on into the end zone. Nathaniel Allen, senior linebacker, scoops it up and in for the score. Nathaniel Allen with the score. We have scored some points tonight. And we have Cam Jackson that's in. Cam Jackson, your kicker. Snap back, it's down, it's up, and Jackson couldn't quite get his foot into that one. Up and coming Cam Jackson. He'll get the next one, ladies and gentlemen. So it's 46-7, 1 minute 27 seconds remain in the third quarter right here. We'll be right back.
As your sheriff, I will promote
within the ranks of the Lawrence County Sheriff Department. We have fine men and women with many years of service and experience that deserve to be promoted.
I think Larry Dean used a more sound judgment, more level-headed judgment than our current sheriff does.
The last 12 years, our sheriff has overlooked these officers and handed out top jobs to his friends. This has to stop. With my administration, this will end.
He served his country. He served us real well as a game warden with the state of Georgia, and he's been in some tremendous places to help people.
Let's take politics out of the Lawrence County Sheriff Department. This massive turnover has to stop.
Game warden is probably the number 2 officer with the state. The training is basically the same thing, the driving, the pistol, how to handle a problem. He got around 600 to 700 hours in that over the years. Same thing the State Patrol has.
Please go to the polls and elect Larry Dean, Lawrence County Sheriff. I'm Larry Dean, and I approve this message.
The City of Dublin Natural Gas Department wants you to round up your old appliances and trade them in for brand new appliances during the Natural Gas Appliance Rebate Rally. Right now, get a free 40-gallon tank-top water heater and free gas service installation. Pick up the phone and call the City of Dublin Natural Gas right now and start saving money today with the City of Dublin Natural Gas.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And Cam Jackson's going to kick off. Looking for some experience here today, and there's a ball finally thrown in. Cam's out there. He's ready. All he needs is a ball. All right, so again, Cam Jackson. First time we've seen him out on the field, as I recollect. But good to get young kids experience. Of course, you're going to see some of the starters still in, so nobody, breaks one along. But again, we need to foster all the kicking and punting specialties that we can. So there Jackson is kicking off. Gets a good high one down there. About the 20. We'll call. Look at that. The Husky just stepped back and let us dive on the ball. And coming down and getting the ball, just heads up, Guy Anderberg, Jr. Guy Anderberg just slid right in and took the ball. The kid just ran away from the ball. Guy Anderberg. Good job, Guy. All right, so in excellent field position. That kid just turned around, the Howard Husky kid just turned around and ran away from the ball. Makes no sense, but hey. So the Raiders going to take over, and you'll see a lot of substitutes coming in the game from here on, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Anderberg gets a call for quarterback. Hey, you come up with the ball, you keep the ball, right? Make a good play, and there we go. All right, so Anderberg with the snap. He fakes it. No, he hands it off straight ahead. Number 21, your running back. Powers forward. Jordan the name. Antonio Jordan, a sophomore. Jordan with a good, strong run. You can see Case Matthews, number 3 in the game now. Several players in the game. Time to put in some substitutes. You see that big number 55, offensive lineman, Jesse Wilkes in the game. All right, and here we are. Anderberg at quarterback. Snap back, he's going to hand it off, and boom. There, we're standing there waiting on that. That was pretty rough. Jordan got the call. That's, again, Antonio Jordan. Number 21, the running back. Third quarter's ticking down. Time is drawing to an end of the third quarter. West Lawrence Raiders are going to let the clock run right on down. It's 46-7. We'll be right back in just a moment for the fourth quarter right here on TV 35's Game of the Week.
There's more than one way to get professional lawn care. Do it yourself, like this homeowner, with whatever this is. Pros use reliable, powerful Gravely equipment. This homeowner gets by with something else. Gravely delivers the high performance and quality professionals stake their reputation on. Gravely outpowers, outlasts, outperforms. Get what the pros use.
See Myers Equipment and Supply for details.
Choose the convenience of Neighbors Express and get friendly, courteous service every time you visit any of our convenient locations. Fill up with pay at the pump and take advantage of our bigger and better selection of beverages and tobacco products. And buy 12 packs of Pepsi products, 2 for $6.99. Enjoy the popular crushed ice with your favorite fountain drink. Also enjoy a fresh, hot breakfast. Stop by for lunch or dinner. It's always fresh, always convenient at Neighbors Express. Now located at I-16 and 441 and in Cedar Grove, providing farm fuel for all our customers. Count on the convenience of Neighbors Express. And back with you. Start of the fourth quarter. There's a snap back to Anderberg. He hands it off to the right side again to number 21. Antonio Jordan, that sophomore running back, gets forward with a few yards. That brings up fourth down, 4th and 13. A lot of subs in the game. Dylan Cooey, an offensive lineman there, number 77 in the game. Trying to wait on a play to come in and see where we're going from here. Once again, I'd like to thank Dublin Chevrolet and Dublin Nissan for sponsoring the Game of the Week right here on TV 35. 11-18 remains in the game. West Lawrence able to sub many players. Guy Enderberg in at quarterback. Calls on the same kid, number 21. And Antonio Jordan. And the Huskies going to take over on downs. Clock's continuously running. Mercy rule in effect. Coach Barney Hester's elected to let that clock run. We got a lot of kids in here on defense. We're going to try to spot a few of them for you here as we go along, all right? All right, several players in the game. You can see there Justin Son. Trying to spot several other players. Jackson, number 31, a freshman. See a few different down linemen. You know, that tough defensive line, they probably ready for a break at this point. Number 48 there, Corey Smith. Number 29 there. Number 29 is Trent Carr. And over here on this side, looks like a corner, number 5. That's going to be Kristen Martin. All right, so timeout on the field. Now there's the snap, 10:01 left on the clock. Handoff around that right side. Number 24 gets the call, but hey, that defense, I don't care who you put in. It looks like we're going to stop them. So that was Troy Williams, number 41 over there. Number 41 over there. Did a good job. Torrey Williams. Isaiah White as well. All right. Looks like he's at that linebackers. We try to spot several more kids on the 2nd down and 12 play. Howard with the snap going to hand it off, and he's just swarmed. Can't make it around that side. 41-42. 41-42. Doing their job. White and Williams. White and Williams in on that tackle. Yeah. Doing a great job. I'm telling you again, ladies and gentlemen, hats off to Kagan McLean. Coach McLean's done an excellent job in coaching up this defense. A good defensive coordinator. Hard on these kids in the weight room. I mean, he makes them work. If you don't lift, you don't play. That's the way they say. And it has really paid off in the last few years, as you can see. Huskies trying a deep pass. They had a man, but the defender didn't turn around. We'll see if there's a flag. Coverage coming down the field, and Wiggins is the name. Sean Wiggins, number 30, defensive back, and it's probably just ruled uncatchable. Good coverage, we'll say. Thanks again to Sonny's Barbecue for being one of our sponsors for the Game of the Week. Sonny's Barbecue, along with Neighbors Express and Mid-State Pools, all proud sponsors of high school football right here on TV 35. All right, back to kick. It'll be punting out of the end zone. Back to punt right now. Got a little confusion on this side of the field. It's going to slow things down just a bit. Time runs down. All right, everybody's ready now, and we're going to move forward. Game of the week brought to you in part by Farmers State Bank. Farmers State Bank, proudly serving our community. All right, he gets a punt off, and it looks like we're trying for a fair catch called, and it is. West Lawrence will take over at the 43, 42-yard line, we'll call it. Clock continues to run. 7 minutes left in this ball game. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Billy Wright at Dublin Chrysler Dodge, here to let you know that we are now a Mopar Express Lane dealer. Stop in for fast, convenient oil changes.
Welcome to Dublin Chrysler. What brings you in today?
I would like to get my oil changed, please.
Thank you for stopping by Dublin Chrysler and experiencing our Mopar Express Lane. Stop in anytime or give us a call for all your service needs. Thank you.
All right, we're back with you now. West Lawrence takes over on offense. Hand it off, and number 95, that's Coven. Coven with the run, and not much there for him. Greg Coven's brother, number 95. Christian Coven, the freshman running back. Hopefully he'll fill that older brother's shoes as we move forward. Greg, a very good running back for us, had great vision on the field, able to read and run. Good speed, a good kid. All right, there's your snap back. Anderberg in as quarterback. He hands it off to Coven, and Coven is trying to get around that side, and he gets away from a couple, but he's brought down, not able to pick up really anything on that. We got a flag on the play. It's going to slow us down here. We'll see what the call is here as we bring one or two in and out as we go along, getting more and more play. Number 25, Evan Hall in the game. Anderberg at quarterback. West Lawrence's penalty is on West Lawrence, and so it's going to back up West Lawrence. Block in the back, it looks like, was the call. Thanks again to the City of Dublin for being one of our sponsors of the Game of the Week. The City of Dublin, natural gas. You can count on it. All right? All right, second down. Second down. And 25 yards to go. All right, again, Anderberg waiting on the official to let him get started. 5 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. It's third down. All right, and there's a whistle to start, so. Hand it off. Actually, Anderberg keeps it. Nowhere to run to. Anderberg's dropped right there, so nothing doing. Once again, thanks to Sean Clark and his staff at Allen's Heating and Air for sponsoring the Game of the Week. The Game of the Week right here on TV 35. Clock ticks down on this first region game, and West Lawrence with the first win all over the region. Mary Person Spalding has played this past week. We'll see how that shapes up. That's probably the toughest two teams. And got to throw Upson Lee in there as well. It's a tough region. It's a tough sub-region for anyone in it. But all right, so there's the handoff. Tried to read it, but nothing doing, so they pulled him down. Anderberg tried to get a read on that, and Evan Hall was a running back. 4 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. Now we're under 5 minutes left in this ball game. Again, thank you for tuning in to the Game of the Week right here on TV 35. We're proud to bring this to you each and every week as we cover all of our high school teams right here on TV 35. All right. All right, looks like we were going to punt, and then looks like you're going to be a timeout. And Cam Jackson is in to punt. Looks like they jumped off sides. We'll see what that call was. Looks like the Huskies jumped, so they're going to mark that off. Hey, I want to thank Bank of Dudley and Four Seasons Paint and Floor Covering for sponsoring the Game of the Week here on TV 35. All right, penalty stepped off, and here we are. Cam Jackson back to punt. He got time. He steps into it, and it's partially blocked. It's good experience for these young kids. They touch it, and who fell on it now? We'll see. There's a dog pile down there. Howard touched the ball and left it on the ground, but they did maintain possession. Howard comes up with the ball anyway. So about 4 minutes now. About 4 minutes. And don't forget the players of the game coming up in just a few minutes. Right here, brought to you in part by Dr. Peters and Dr. Price at Dublin Orthopedics and Rehab. Glad to help you with all your orthopedic and rehab needs. Dr. Price and Dr. Peters, long-standing members of our community and ready to help you today. I'm proud to sponsor this offensive and defensive player for this evening and each and every week for Dublin, for East Lawrence, for Dublin. That's right, Dr. Price and Dr. Peters. So Howard's got the ball about midfield. They keep that same little quarterback in, and boom, look over there on that side is Torrey Williams, number 41. We've called his name a couple of times here already. Torrey Williams. He's a sophomore playing that linebacker position. Yeah. All right. Now we're down to about 3 minutes on this clock in this game of the week, and it has been a good one for the West Lawrence Raiders. Stop by Sonny's Barbecue real soon and enjoy some great tasting barbecue. Sonny's Barbecue, one of our sponsors for the game of the week. So Howard tries to throw it up high and nothing doing. Yeah, kid turned around, played the ball real well. That was good coverage that time. Looked like Martin was over there. Christian Martin. All right, out there at number 5. He's a junior. A lot of good experience happening right here. This will pay off for us in the weeks and games ahead, as you well know. Showed a little stunt. Howard able to get it off, threw a long ball and had it in his hand and almost picked off. Nope, that was almost picked off. Good coverage down the field by the Raider defense. Clock ticks down under 2 minutes here, right here on TV 35. This is the game of the week. Don't forget our specials on each of our area coaches right here on TV 35. Also look at it at TV 35 WDIG. That's at YouTube. TV 35 WDIG, where you can see our specials on all our head coaches of football, where we have their family coming in and interviewing them. Pat Brock actually comes in and does these special interviews. That was a long run by Howard. Took it down all the way down the field inside the 25-yard line. That kid is down. They're waving him over. Come over here. Official timeout on the field, eh? We'll take a break and be right back, ladies and gentlemen. 46-7.
Hello friends, here at Dublin Ford Lincoln, our team wants to take time to let Dublin and the surrounding areas know how grateful we are for your amazing support. It's our honor to earn your business with only the highest quality of products and services, because that's what you deserve. If you've done business with us at Dublin Ford Lincoln, I want to thank you for trusting me with the opportunity to serve you. Not part of the Dublin Ford Lincoln family yet? Let me invite you down today so we can show you why others call you customers.
We call you friends.
That's Dublin Ford Lincoln.
All right, we're back, about to wind it down now. About 1:05 on the clock. All right. Howard trying to score again. He's going to throw over to that side. Got a man. It's caught on the 9-yard line for a first down for the Howard Huskies. It was a real good looking pass. That backup quarterback's in there, and he threw a good ball. All right, 44 seconds on the clock. Got time to run a couple of more plays, but we'll see what happens here. They spread out a wide receiver on each side. They got 3 on one side, 1 on the other. He's got a man over in the corner. He throws it, and he's got a touchdown. Howard scores right here with the final seconds of the game going. Got about 26 seconds left, and Howard has made it 46-13. We'll see if they hit the extra point. See what happens right here. Of course, both sides of the ball got a lot of subs in. Trying to get that experience for those younger kids. An ideal situation for the Raiders. That's for sure. I want to remind you again, stop by Piggly Wiggly and get some of that certified Angus beef, as that point after is good. It's 46-14 now. 46-14 is your score. Thanks for tuning in to the game of the week. We'll see you in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Dr. Price and Dr. Peters at Dublin Orthopedic and Rehabilitation have been a part of our community for many years and very proud to support high school football. We are proud of our children and their commitment. We share that same commitment when it comes to our patients. You'll always be a winner at Dublin Orthopedic. No referral ever needed. Just call us today at 272-3022. Whether it's a sports injury, carpal tunnel, stress fracture, ankle sprain, or any other injury, don't waste your time or money going to the ER, urgent care, or hospital. Come straight to the specialist, Dr. Price and Dr. Peters at Dublin Orthopedic and Rehabilitation, 2406 Bellevue Road in Dublin.
Back to back, at Dublin Nissan, we've been honored 2 years running with Nissan's Award of Excellence.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right now, save up to $5,000 off an Altima or Rogue. Save even more with up to $7,500 off a Maxima or Murano. Dublin Nissan has the winning team. From parts and service to sales and finance, Dublin Nissan is truly the only dealer you will ever need.
All right, we're back with you, ladies and gentlemen, for the final play or so of this game, this first region game where West Lawrence has prevailed. They have their first region win as they march on next week to a homecoming game. And there's a kick taken by number 24, Nick Floyd. Nick Floyd in the game with the reception. Get in a game like this and it pays off. It makes a big difference with these young people as they progress. It's going to be the final right there, the final play. 46-14, your final score. We don't even have to run another play. West Lawrence, a victor this week. Be back with the player of the game brought to you by Dublin Orthopedics and Rehab. Just a moment. Stay tuned.
There are many ways of doing business today.
Hello?
Call centers, mobile apps.
Right away.
But when it comes to what really matters, our way is pretty simple. To be there when you need us most. That's the quality of your independent agent and the company that stands behind them.
Or Insurance in Dublin is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Growth. It's what we all want. It means doing what it takes, getting up every morning and making it happen. And we couldn't agree more. Because your success is our success. At Morris Bank, we're banking on you.
Join Piggly Wiggly in the celebration of our 100th anniversary, and the celebration is spreading throughout our community with a renewed pride in our hometown grocer, Piggly Wiggly. 100 years of great product and great customer service. Piggly Wiggly is where you'll find everything from the freshest in produce to 100% certified Angus beef, the only certified Angus beef dealer in Lawrence County. Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street. Thanks for joining us in our 100th anniversary celebration.
And we're here with the players of the game. Adrian Channel, defensive player of the game. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Adrian, it seemed like y'all had a pretty good handle on what you was expecting. Tell me what you think about tonight's ball game.
I feel like we executed real good and just came out and just balled out.
And our offensive player of the game, Bradford. You had some good long runs tonight. Looked like you was really running strong. Tell me how you did tonight's ball game.
Man, I can't honestly take all credit. I have to thank my receivers, my coaches, my quarterbacks, and my linemen, because without their blocks and their coaching, we couldn't get the win that we needed for the night.
And we appreciate it. That's all right here at the Ford Stadium with the players of the game.